So this is it. The cheapest Micro Four Thirds mirrorless digital camera money can buy in 2025. For the princely sum of $30 you could get yourself into the bargain basement of mirrorless cameras. And why, might you ask, would you do that? Well, today I am here to try to answer this conundrum. Video recording, touchscreen, audio jack for dedicated microphone connection. These are all nice features to have on a modern digital camera. Well, the G1 has none of those. It's very basic. Worst of all, it's not great to look at or to touch either, since its original paint finish is made of a rather unstable compound which degrades over time and creates a rather disgusting sticky gooey feel to it, which puts you off right away. Honestly, I don't really think I have ever seen an original good-looking G1 with intact paint for sale on the second-hand market. They all seem to develop this issue. However, dig beneath the questionable exterior and you will find a lot to like about this camera. To me, the first positive note, and it's a big one, is ergonomics. Honestly, I am still sort of impressed, if not amazed, at the ease with which this camera is held in hand. The way all the controls are at your literal fingertips, intuitive and pledging themselves to instant muscle memory for your hands. The weight is also just right. The way the camera seems to balance off the grip, not merely holding a weight into one's hand, but rather gripping a bespoke tool of high importance and consequence, almost like a crafted pistol of sorts. I know, these fringe-inducing metaphors are a bit over the top, but as a fan of all things quirky and digital, I'm really geeking out right here. To get such masterful craftsmanship for $30 is indeed a wonder in today's world. Just try and buy any functioning hobby-related gadget for that amount of money. You won't find many options, that's for certain. Another plus is the build quality and overall enduring engineering that went into this mirrorless lineup. You can clearly see that Panasonic knew from the beginning a lot would be riding on this camera, and they were spot on from day one. If a camera has a functioning OEM battery more than 15 years after it has been built, that is textbook brilliant engineering and design. Heck, even the industrialization, the process of scaling up manufacturing, is done at an exquisite level. There's no other way around it, and the Japanese, well, they don't really cut corners. Just look at Toyota. Speaking of Toyota, it's no wonder they have had partnerships with Panasonic in the past. But I digress. The good stuff keeps piling up. There's an articulated screen, very impressive, quite useful and well-spec'd, so you don't really feel the camera is that old. Well, until you realize there's no touchscreen functionality anyway. But the resolution and the contrast are quite good. Furthermore, there's an electronic viewfinder with little to no real lag, excellent output and very intuitive to use. Also present is a pop-up flash, but honestly I failed to see the point of this one. If you really need extra lighting in your photos, you will rely on something way more powerful and finely tuned. Then again, if you are willing to spend money on extra lighting sources, chances are you will skip this antiquated camera altogether, so there's no real point in spending any more time discussing this feature. And in the interest of science, I will go ahead and shoot some sample pictures with this camera and show you how it behaves. Now I must warn you, I am no expert photographer. I'm just your average vintage gadget hoarder from the early 2000s onwards. As such, I shall rely strictly on the auto function of this camera, and well, you can judge the results for yourselves. In the interests of objectiveness, I have paired this camera with a 14 to 45mm kit lens and a 14mm wide pancake lens, both of the Lumix variety. So then, hidden gem or useless obsolete piece of tech? Well, I would most definitely say the former. It's a great way to get into a budget-friendly, artsy hobby without breaking the bank. Chances are lenses are far too expensive, and this $30 price does not include shipping and taxes, obviously. In fact, it is a bit of a stretch since I have bought 2 kits with lenses, considered to sell the lenses at a profit, more on that in future videos, and value these 2 cameras for what they owe me, not including any profit margins from the lenses or themselves. That is not to say you cannot get such a camera for this amount of money, and up until this point, supply is still plentiful. Also, given that the aesthetics are a bit of a downer, values will most likely remain low for this unsung hero of the camera world, the first model Micro Four Thirds mirrorless camera there ever was. This has been Tech by Tech, letting you know I buy, hoard and collect weird and useless obsolete tech stuff so you don't have to. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.